You finished the game?
Are we hearing us as well?
I hope.
Hang on 1 second. How's audio? Oh. This is our most complex audio setup, so bear with me while we figure it out. Make sure it's working. Okay, looks like it's okay. It doesn't sound doubled to anyone, right? I've got, oh! Alright, no, we should be fine. I wanted to make sure that it was fine because I've got audio coming from both runners, but you never know what audio you have coming through, so we should have game audio from one runner, game audio from the other runner, and then all of the microphone stuff is coming from the same place. Awesome. I'm going to stop talking here in a second, but I'm here with Cheville and Gadullus, with Sancho on commentary, and this is a Journey Red Robe, White Robe, say that 5 times fast, showcase race, and I will let y'all take it from here.
Hello. I am ChevilleTortue. I'm French. I don't know why I said that with an English accent. I'm ChevilleTortue. And I will be running White Robe glitchless and then White Robe glitched, because the idea here is to answer the age-old question, can I beat Gadullus twice in a row before he finishes one run?
Ah, yes, the question that's been plaguing philosophers for centuries.
We can't see Gadullus. Yes, indeed, the Gadullus screen is black.
Yep, I just noticed that as well. Could we briefly? Was it working at some point?
I hadn't seen his up yet.
Cheville's audio is distinct. I think it's because my audio is running through Gadullus's stream through Discord.
Ah.
Bear with me a moment.
You need some waiting music? I grab my ukulele here. Here.
Take advantage of the technical difficulties to put more context around what we're doing, why we're doing it, with ukulele music. Yeah, thank you, Sancho.
Hang on. Cheville and Gadullus, will you do me a favor and check your respective OBSs? The image that you downloaded to set your overlay, is the image itself hidden? If it's not,
I just hid it.
I think you're overlapping each other.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay, yeah, because of the black background.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so yeah, for context, Journey game that came out as a PS3 exclusive in 2012.
10 years
ago. 10 years ago, and which is a very, very chill game, kind of short in a good way, with a sort of hidden mechanic in it, which is that you can run into other players randomly. So you can sometimes have another character on your screen acting and doing things. That's actually another player you've been paired with by the game in peer-to-peer fashion. And after coming out on PS3, there was a PS4 version, which is the same as the PS5 version, and it came out on PC not so long ago, and it's available on both Steam and Epic.
Yes.
Now the catch is that you can't get paired with players that are playing another version of the game. But
yes, for example,
for the purpose of what
paired if you're
Yes.
playing in PS4 and PS3, or if you're playing on Epic or Steam.
Yeah. So so to come to the point of what we're doing today, the red robe is what you have when you are first getting into the game, and the white robe is something that you earn by collecting all the symbols in the game. point of the white robe being that if you look at Gadullus's screen, you'll see that while on the ground he doesn't regain scarf, but if so the scarf is something it gets used when you jump, and the white robe allows you to recharge while on the ground, so it's way easier. So the point today of the race / showcase is to display 3 very different runs, because I personally think that Journey is a tremendous speed game and it's very, very underrated, and it fits a lot of different profiles, and we will try to show that off today.
And you are both good to go.
Yes.
So whenever you are ready, feel free to count it down and we will start.
Should I count it down, Gadullus?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so time starts when we get to chapter select. So I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off.
Yes, so first thing to do is to catch 2 symbols. For both one.
Yeah. The very first part looks very similar, and then we watch that cutscene. The cutscenes are unskippable once you're in them, and something that's going to be interesting today is that those cutscenes we are going to stagger them because of how the runs are going, because of the route differences. You can already see in the cutscenes that our scarves are of different length, because you get more length just for getting the white robe.
Yeah, in white robe you have already 3 jumps, and in red robe you start with 1 jump.
Thanks for letting us know, Nathan. That is unfortunately unavoidable. The audio sync. It's because my voice is going through Gadullus's Discord, so we had no choice. And could Gadullus be a bit louder?
Okay, I'll do my best. Okay.
So, what is the difference between glitchless and glitched? Can you explain that to us, Sancho?
Yeah, I'll be happy to explain it. So, the main difference is in glitched, you're using the camera to manipulate the wanderers. I almost said wander. The wayfarers. What do we call them? The little journey guy with a robe. We can manipulate their speed by moving the camera around to make you think you're falling when you're actually not, and make it feel like you're falling. And doing that allows us to do a lot of what we call fancy flying. And with the fancy flying, we're able to clip out of bounds a lot easier in certain areas and skip some of the cutscenes and just make it through the levels way faster than glitchless, where you basically do not manipulate the camera at all to help yourself get any kind of boost. How was that?
I think it was wonderful.
Why, thank you.
Congratulations. Yes. And
Yeah, so
Yeah,
first big skip incoming in red robe. I don't know if you know it, Sancho, actually, this one. It was found 5 months ago with Ribbon Eye found this.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Does it involve, flying with the ribbons? Ah. I think I saw Nichiro attempting this.
Those are actually ribbons until a certain point in the cutscene where they
so
change
well done.
state. Yeah.
I love
You can
it.
grab them for a second before you can't.
That's a really big time save, because
Yes,
the
it
way
save,
you had to do...
Yeah. You
used
have
to have to, for Red Robe,
activate
just
every banner.
do the entire bridge.
Yeah. It saved 1 minute, I think.
But again, since you couldn't charge your scarf anytime you're you're dependent on the ribbons and other things to charge your scarf. Whereas Chev just got to float and skip over all those bridges really quickly. But that is such a cool trick.
Yeah.
And now we're racing cutscenes.
Yeah, and the good thing is that since both routes are going to be very different, there will always be gameplay going on, because it can be a bit frustrating watching Journey in a marathon, because it's, gameplay cutscene.
Yes.
It I think I calculated it, and if you're doing a glitchless white robe run, the cutscenes take up about 30% of the entire run. Is just watching cutscenes.
Yeah.
It does
It's
make
very
it nice
chill.
and cozy. Yeah, exactly. Like lots of time to just chill, interact with chat. It's a great game to run. It's a great
And White Robe glitchless. I got into White Robe glitchless thanks to Sancho's tutorial, so I will take the opportunity to thank you. But it is such an easy category to get into. I considered running it, and 1 week later I was doing runs. It's just so quick.
Oh
And
gosh.
routines.
Nathan was with some interesting statistics about runtime. In the glitched run, you get 7 to 8 minutes of gameplay for a sub 18 time. That's crazy. So the glitched run, where you're fancy flying through all of this area, and we'll see that more later, you're getting more cutscene than you are actual gameplay.
And you're skipping a bunch of them. Because
Is that-
in English we get out of bounds, so we skip the cutscene triggers.
Yeah. Is that including the walk at the end? Are you counting that as gameplay?
There's no walk. If
yeah,
I do things
you
correctly,
ski.
there's no
Ski.
walk.
I forgot that. Okay, so here again we see the red robe dependent strategies of being very careful with when you do your leap flaps, because you only have so many of them.
Yeah, whereas I don't care. I can
Nope.
jump as much as I want.
Yes, you do, as long as your feet touch the ground to recharge it. Yeah, this
If I make a
think-
mistake, it's very, very... Like, Red Robe is very cruel. It's very punitive.
Mhm.
If I make a mistake, I lose a couple seconds, usually.
Gosh,
Yeah, so
this
I
is
was
a
messing
really
around
good
with,
area.
with the
Go ahead.
carpet. I was messing up. Oh! A bit disappointed. Actually, you can get this carpet can catch you a second time and save 10
Oh, I
seconds,
missed.
something like that.
Yeah.
Save a huge amount of time. Yeah.
Well, you're just you're giving Chev a sporting chance, since he has to do 2 runs in the time that you do your walking simulator run.
Actually, we won't walk a lot of time. There is plenty of strat to avoid walking.
There, what I did was a perfect sit. So I was standing in the place where the spotlight was going to appear, and I jumped at the right moment for my character to sit while jumping, instead of getting into place, walking to the place. Yes, Black Heart Wings. I got it. I'm happy.
Perfect sit! If only I could do that in real life.
I forgot to specify. I had the idea of for each dollar donation to the benefit of RIP medical debt, I will add a tie. I'm already wearing 3 ties for the 3 wayfarers here interacting. For each dollar added, I will put on 1 more tie. Maybe I won't knot it. I won't tie it, but it'll be there. In real life, every sit is a perfect sit. I think every successful sit is a perfect sit.
Oh, Black Card is asking how many ties do you have?
Around 50.
Here you see the red robe is a little more dependent on the carpet, having to wait around for some extra boosts and recharges of the scarf. Oh, that was a fun route though.
I am getting in the Sunken City level, which is a slide level.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very exciting casually. Beautiful game from start to finish, of
Oh
course.
yeah, yeah. I call this the blood pressure lowering part of the run.
Yeah.
It's really hard to not feel relaxed, even in the speed run during certain parts of this. In the glitchless run.
But let me remember not to get out of bounds.
Yeah, at least not this time.
Yeah. There is
Sorry,
an
sorry.
out of bounds in.
How would you say your run's going so far, Gadullus? I've seen you do a couple tricks that I hadn't seen before that have definitely improved the overall time for Red Robe.
That's okay. That's doing pretty good. But actually, there's
Gadullus
more.
is the. Sorry, speak, please.
There's more thing in underground, and what's the most difficult in Red Robe is snow. Actually, there's a lot of RNG
Yes.
in snow, especially in Red Robe.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Gadullus is the world record holder for Red Robe glitchless, and probably a couple more categories.
Wow.
Yes, also in Scarfless Red Robe and White Robe.
The very, very good
So you do
runner.
the slow ones, the ones that take more patience.
Yeah, I guess the Gadullus likes to be under constraint.
Actually, there's
Likes a
a lot of
challenge.
strat in Scarfless Red Robe. But yes, that I found. And funny, it's actually before I get world record in any percent Red Robe. The world record was held by Gadullus. It
Yes.
was 48 minutes.
48 minutes and 1
Yes.
second.
And what's funny is that I beat this world record in Scarfless Red Robe.
Oh wow.
Because
So you
I
beat the
found
world record
so
without
many
even getting
things,
singles.
so many
Uh-huh.
different things.
Oh, that's fascinating. I just need to watch your world record run now too, because that's cool. I love that. Really was an unexplored category that you've perfected, and I honestly don't know how Chev is going to be able to do 2 runs in the time he uses.
Carib, world record owner as well of the category that I'm running right now. And what I just did is a Zen jump. Whoops, I forgot to check. Which allows you to sit while in the air and just dive to the ground way faster than you would be if you float. If you were floating.
So, since you're going to have to finish the game and then go back through, at what point do you anticipate you will lap Gadullus?
We'll see. I'm anticipating that I mightn't, because I'm going to be honest there, and so Gadullus has improved the route a lot and his time a lot since I offered to do this little challenge.
Yes.
Uh,
I saved
That's
So,
hilarious.
at that point, and
I saved
back
30
when
more
I
seconds.
offered, yeah.
That's sneaky.
Back when I offered this idea, it would have required me to world record both categories to actually win this challenge. So I don't have that much pressure. I think all the pressure is on Gadullus.
Mm-hmm. So, Gadullus, especially with snow, you'll have to hope it goes well.
Yes, you can see is very. Yes, there's a lot of change between White Robe and Red Robe.
And you're both playing on PC, is that correct?
Yes, on Steam, and we are playing offline because I was talking about this mechanic of pairing you with companions, and that is something that if it happens during a speed run, then it might invalidate your speed run. Would you care to tell us more about that, Sancho?
You mean just how they can break your runs? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there's a person right now, wasn't there? I don't know. Maybe, but yeah, if you're running the game and you are connected to the internet so that it allows other wayfarers to join you, in any section it's possible, except for that first one. In any section, it's possible for someone to spawn, and if they chirp, so that it charges your scarf when nothing else would have actually charged your scarf. Technically, then it's no longer a run. That you've been.
It makes it a co-op run.
Yeah,
right?
It makes it a co-op suddenly, but not really a co-op because that person's not going to speedrun with you from the beginning to the end. So it really ruins it and doesn't make it any category, unless we want to come up with a category of this run is dead, but it still counts in a different way. But I have definitely I had a run where I was on PB pace and I'd forgotten to disconnect, and it was like there was no time at all to respond. Someone spawned, it spawned out of thin air right in front of me and chirped in about 1 second, and there was no way for me to react to it, and my run was dead. So, but it's still fun, because part of the fun of the game is being paired with people, and there are plenty of speedrunners who you see who don't mind running and risking that connection, and then just flat out abandoning the run to help a ready or to just hang out with somebody and journey out of bounds and explore.
Incredible community. So there appear to have successfully skipped the war machine by getting quick enough to the trigger. There should be the only enemies in the game, the monsters that chase you with a spotlight.
Yeah, but if they eat you, you lose half your scarf, and that really messes with the routing for the white robe.
So I am going to try and dodge this one.
Well done. Yeah, it's scripted, so if you're staying on speed and on task, they're really easy to avoid, actually. Really
would the wind RNG be the actual real RNG in the game?
Yes.
Yes. The wind RNG in the snow world. We'll talk about that. We'll rage about that when we get to it. But that's it's the most. Gosh. It's so frustrating.
That was just a trick question, because actually there is another RNG component in Glitched, which I will mention.
Oh
later.
Right, you mean with the tower skip and what scene it shows you? Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. Gosh, there's just too much to talk about doing all these runs at once. So for those of you who are just hopping in, though, it's kind of more of a which is faster sort of run going on here, where Chev is running White Robe glitchless, followed by White Robe glitched, and the glitched will allow you to show off some fancy flying and going out of bounds to avoid some of the cutscenes as well as doing faster routes. While Gadullus is just doing a Red Robe glitchless, so
Gadullus is going.
Mm-hmm.
Gadullus is going to attempt right now War Machine Skip, which is way more difficult in his category. I think he has to take advantage of the carpet, so he went through the
save. Otherwise, you have to walk all this long section. You have to walk, and that's what we were doing.
Okay.
And so he went through the first trigger and then has to get quick enough to the second trigger that is at the end of that corridor there in the light.
Yeah, I didn't think it was actually possible to skip the war machine. So
you still have this war machine, but
there he is. See. You're gonna try and go under him and still get the ribbons before he eats them?
Yes, that's what he's going to do.
Like...
As I'm going into tower, the run killer.
Oh, that was well done. Ooh, good job.
Actually, I messed up a bit because I did one more jump. Usually it's easier with 4 jumps, and I have 3. So
Well, it
it
still
was a
works.
bit harder, but
Right. And there's a timing to that, right? Like, because if you chirp after the war machine has turned them red, won't he eat you?
yes,
So
it's
you've got to. It's really risky.
yes, really.
So good job with that. All right. So as you finish this up, Chev is now going through Tower, which Tower is probably It's a really fun level to do, and it's been cool to see all the different routes that have come up. Tower.
My heart is going 100 miles per hour per second. I don't know.
Now I know there are like
I get so nervous. Yeah.
I know there are riskier and less risky things to do here. Are you going to like not go all the way up to the top?
I
Of
don't
that-
have safe strats.
Oh, okay. You don't have a marathon safe strat? I mean, you're
No.
running against the world record holder too. It's not like you have time to do those marathon safe strats. Because here you could go all the way up to the top roof instead of trying to get there from the next ledge below.
Nope.
Nope. All right. So one more, right, and then. Right.
I
Get
hope I
it?
got it. I did not get it. I can land here.
I even told you how. Oh, nice save.
Yeah. So that would be a reset, of course.
Right. That's okay.
I'm
You're
going-
still way ahead of the Red Robe. He's still stuck in the cutscene. So.
Gadullus is so bad at this game.
Alright. That was a really tricky trick.
Are they going to be here? I need to go. Oh no, because I was down
You were
there.
in a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
What? I'm not sure what's happening. I didn't get the
Well, you can still make
thing
it up to
didn't, the
top
bridge
from
didn't
here.
appear. Yeah, I didn't go through the right thing. So yeah.
You did something similar to a route that I figured out for Chirpless.
Yeah, okay. While chirping a lot. Yeah, chirpless. There are challenges in the community. Would you like to talk about that?
Oh gosh, the community just comes up with some really cool things like solve this without doing any flaps, or solve this without doing any chirps. And it's really fun to see the different challenges that basically take a puzzle you've done 100 times and force you to rethink it with a constraint that's that you're just kind of making up on your own. All right, now this is the lifeblood for Red Robe. Here is the goo. Do you skip any of the goo cutscenes in Red for this tower?
I think a couple. And Gadullus has such cool strats for this. So takes this one. Did it? No, you didn't get it.
You were trying to like activate from underneath.
Mom interruption.
Oh, okay. I figured it had to be a real life reason to
Mom RNG.
to remind me that my French is terrible.
Oh.
I did take 3 theological French at seminary. Sadly, it didn't help me very much with conversation.
Yeah. So actually to explain, yes, the idea was to get under the platform. I will do it this now actually. You'll see some.
Right,
It's sad
chirping
because
from
it's a
underneath.
really exciting route.
French. Ryan took French diction in college for my opera
Yes.
degree. Wow,
It has great pronunciation.
that's cool.
Okay.
So I'm going to do an out of bounds personally, but Gadullus, you're showing off your thing.
Let's watch this underneath. Excuse me. Oh, that's cool. Like pushing through the ribbon,
Yes.
and it gives you like.
Yes, the old strat was to
Ah,
use the elevator.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you actually it's a bit faster because you don't have to walk on the elevator. It save something like 2 seconds, but
Hey, 2 seconds is 2 seconds. Ah, I love how much thought you've put into this. All right, now we have Chev doing what can be a little scary for newer runners of trying to skip about 2 minutes of walking in snow. I think is it 2 or 3?
It was scary for me right now. I got scared.
You got it though.
Yeah. So that allows us to skip the whole first part. You're going to see Gadullus do that in a minute.
How do you do that skip as red? I'm really interested to see that.
Oh, you'll see.
We'll see. Alright, and now Chev is just gonna do some hopping.
Yeah. First RNG part.
Mm-hmm. And again,
With
this is a place where you see the advantage of white robe over red. Just because you are still charging your scarf every time your little pegs touch the ground.
Yes, you don't have feet. You just
No.
got. Yeah, peg is the right word.
Yeah, I bring that up in that parody song that we'll finally do one day.
Yeah.
The Come Sail
Not
Away
wait.
song. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out here alone, just me and my 2 legs with no feet or toes.
I'm looking forward to that.
We do need to make that happen. I've finally, I think I've gotten several things crossed off my list, and I now have time for it. So I'm excited. Meanwhile, the scene on the right, the cutscene on the right, I always feel like this is the part where the dad is like, all right, now I'm sending you off to community college. And by the way, you're adopted. That's just how I interpret that part of that scene.
Also, we're zombies.
We're zombies.
Also, we could have made your life way easier and decided not to.
All right.
Oh
so,
no, I missed it.
All right, Gadullus, I really want to see how you handle this first part, because
okay, donc so it's first RNG part, the first win section. So if I succeed, I save 8 seconds.
oh goodness. Okay, so you're not doing the cliff skip though, are you?
No,
Can't.
No. Okay.
it's impossible actually.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, so you're doing a part that Chev just got to totally skip with the white robe, since he was able to charge his scarf as he kind of parkoured around the side of the cliffs.
So if you pay attention to the back, you see the wind blowing, and you can cancel the wind. Yeah. I don't think I'm not sure I succeed. Yeah. Actually, you can get behind this pillar, and if you get behind it, you save 8 seconds.
So that was really close though.
Yeah.
You were just like 1 or 2 steps away.
And
Now,
there is another harder strat to save more time, like 13 seconds.
Alright,
But
Chev is trying to make
it's
it through the
a win cycle complete. But
And I've been making use
so
of
hard.
a
Wow.
I've been making use of an unintended mechanic which allows you to glide on the ground. Oh, and there we go with the win RNG. Good start.
hit early.
Yeah, which allows you to glide on the ground while flapping. And it was a really good wind balcony. Sorry, Gadullus.
So
$2.
Gadullus, I'm
Come on,
curious.
ties.
It seems to me as if you aren't as like for white robe. anytime you lose extra scarf, it means you're gonna lose time at the end. With Red Robe, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Yes, exactly. You don't need your scarf at the end of any balcony. It's the only advantage of this category.
As if Chev didn't already have a disadvantage enough already. He just recently realized that he has to add some ties to his neck.
Thanks for the donation, Nathan. I really appreciate it.
Are we gonna see some single Windsor or double Windsors when you have some free hands?
Yeah. I'm just going to do simple knots.
Okay, just like a regular knot.
Yeah, I'm walking towards the mountain, and as soon as I'll see the mountain disappearing in the clouds, it will mean that I can stop walking and start tying ties. Didn't redeem all 50 at once, at least. Oh no, it was a sincere thanks. I'm very.
He liked to put ties around his neck.
Yeah. So the mountain is disappearing. I'm looking at the sky where you can see my friend flying there. War Machine flying above me.
War Machine. What is it good for?
Eating our scarf. I don't know that song.
No, that's pretty good. That's a good guess. Also, just another cool little trick. The animation does slow the Wayfarer down when going up steps, but for some reason chirping cancels that and gets you up steps a lot faster. So you can see Gadullus doing that there. And where Gadullus is right now is where Chev got after about 20 seconds of just scaling the side of the...
It's a really long section.
Yeah, it is a really long section. I think it's like... Yeah, like I said, I think it's about 3 minutes. In White Robe to do that section takes about 3 minutes. So for you...
I don't know. No, I think it's... I don't know. I've done the same thing in Scarfless. In Scarfless you have to do exactly what I was doing in Red Robe.
Oh, it doesn't make much difference, yeah. And now we walk.
Yeah, don't feel pressure to give money you don't have.
No, but you can put ties around
How many
Chevy's neck.
scarves, though? You only have so many scarves, though, correct?
You have 20.
Sorry, what do you mean?
Scarves. Ties. You only have so many ties. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I
like
have around
almost 2 a.m. for me right now.
I have around 50, counting the bow ties and the ascots. So we're good. There's room.
Oh, I want an ascot. That just makes... I feel like that just automatically makes you a more refined human being if you own one.
Well, yeah. So what I'm going to do there, I'm going to cross my joystick to skip the Wayfarer getting into a superhero pose.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And yeah, and then I'm going to go to the bottom of the screen because it's optimal. Yeah, trust.
Really, I didn't know that.
So there is
Yeah, it's like 0.7.
there is a big scheme incoming. You'll see at the back there is a war machine that will spawn, and we want to avoid being struck by it.
Right, and you can't just make a run for it. Like, that's not fast enough, correct?
Actually, you can, but it depends on the wind. It's possible, but it depends on the wind. So it's a bit RNG, but there is a safe side. I'm sorry. Okay.
Oh, that wind right there.
What?
Just like, hurry, let
Easy.
me through. Oh, good job.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool.
I discovered that recently,
What?
actually,
It's
when
just
I
a
was
tiny
studying
bit.
myself.
That's so cool. Wow,
GG.
very swag. That is so cool.
You're going to be so much faster. Yay.
I did have a PB where the war machine got me, but knocked me forward so far that it was just as fast.
Yeah, but you limp for a while afterwards.
Yeah, that's true. But it still was a PB, so
Well, yeah.
at the time I was happy. All right.
Whew. I'm starting to feel the knot in my stomach because I'm going to go.
Yeah, you
yeah.
mean not the knots around your neck?
Okay, so there I'm trying to get as much distance as I can, because the less we walk afterwards, the happier we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's decent.
It's interesting. I see with Red Robe, like in a lot of levels, you're measuring out when you do your jumps. In snow, you're just burning it as fast as you can before you get too cold again.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but it's such a different strategy.
Yes. You can't really take advantage of your jumps in snow.
Yeah, because the longer you're just in the snow after having been charged by a ribbon, the weaker you are.
Okay, so there is a strat here to avoid one wind cycle.
There we stay back a bit because the.
Okay,
I guess I'm speaking a bit late.
Good job.
When you're next to that window, you need to be careful because the wind blows from that window and can push you back.
Yeah, it's hard to time.
Up.
Oh,
Actually,
nice. So it would have been harder, I think, if you tried to go right there, right?
Yes.
Just like squeezing in on the
Yes.
left at that last second was. Yeah,
actually
good
it's
job.
Angelo that show me this. I did not know.
Right.
And so that's
you don't
my
want to do
first
that in
run.
White Robe because you'll
Done?
lose Scarf, but
Yes.
in Red Robe, that's more, it helps. Okay, Chev is now finished.
Going into glitched.
Going into glitched, and you have about 7 seconds. No, that's not true.
And we're starting with something rather precise to get out of bounds in chapter select,
Yes.
so that we can skip
Oh, good
that
job.
first cutscene. Thank you. I'm happy with that.
Getting it first try. And like the contrast now between what you're doing, not just with what you did before, but what we're seeing on the other side, it's bananas. Like you're already into the bridge area and you didn't even have to watch the cutscene.
Yeah. Fly core.
We got this
Yes,
now.
We see the journey runners waking up in chat.
Yep. Now they're like
Finally
oh,
getting
what
to
is
see some
actually
fancy
happening?
flying. Something's happening.
Fancy flying is so fun.
Yeah,
It's just-
it is addictive.
Yeah.
There, I'm going to go into a reverse drop shoot. So in glitched, the more the camera is angled, the more boost you get, and this is the way you get most angle is to reverse the camera like this, and it makes it very hard to see where you're going. And so I'm going to try and get that out of bounds, and I got it. Oof.
Whoosh, and then you're just flying up because of all that charge you got.
Yep.
It fooled the game into thinking you were falling, and so now since you had been falling, you've got all this momentum you can now use to shoot upward again.
Good night, Black Heart Wings. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for the GL.
Love you. Have good luck with your finals and your paper, and I'll see you around.
So yeah, the way glitch works is weird. It's weird. There, I'm going to do drop shoots, and when you do drop shoots, you've got your nose next to the ground, and you have to fight the camera that wants to show you the game, because the game is beautiful, and so you have to flick your joystick. Ooh, I lost my boost there. You have to flick your joystick left and right so that the camera doesn't level.
Yeah, to keep it down. Good job. And this also, for me, it fits the lore. My idea of the lore. I think that under their robes, they're actually insectoid, and that what they do is they swallow huge amounts of sand and then spit it out of their mouths when it mixes with the saliva, and that's how they build the architecture in this world. Because obviously they don't have hands to build it.
You have put a lot of thought into that. I can tell.
So it reminds me of like the bugs on Geonosia in Star Wars: Attack of the Clones. I mean,
Yeah, this one is really hard because the steeper the slope, the harder it is to fight the camera.
yeah. Oh, good job.
Thank you.
That
And
was
I got
really
another
good.
perfect set.
Woohoo! Perfect sit.
While Gadullus is getting into paradise. So, you know, I've got a bit of...
The only level in that White Robe and Red Robe are the same actually. We do the
Yeah,
same
because you get
path.
full scarf. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You get full scarf, and in White Robe you don't get to stand on the ground, so you don't refill your scarf that way. And after this cutscene, I'm going to try and get Sunken City out of bounds. We'll see. I'm nervous. I'm hyped. I'm excited.
And if people are wondering what's happening in that cutscene, that's when they got 5G and started putting Netflix in every home, and that's from there you really start to see the downfall of their society.
I don't think you've put quite the same amount of thought into that part of the world building, did you?
I mean, I don't think there's any other way to interpret it. All right,
There's something that I like to do is that I always said I would never finish a run when I missed that, and that I like to stay behind. You're supposed to go with the carpets, but I don't want to go. So that is time for me.
All right, take it away, Chev. This is
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's not time for me.
Here's the challenging part. Unless you're on PS3, and then you get basically infinite opportunities to get out of bounds.
Okay, so I'm going to focus there.
All right, so Chev is trying to approach a little out of bounds area on the right at a very specific angle and flap at the right moment to get out of bounds. It is really tough. It is a run killer, but usually, like in a marathon, what you do is you'll just go back to the chapter select screen. Let's see.
Got it.
Yay! First try. Good job.
Thank you.
Very, very clutch. That is one of the more difficult clips out of bounds that you have to do.
Thank you, and probably my favorite out of bounds to be in.
Oh yeah, because I mean, even out of bounds, this level is gorgeous.
And there are a lot of out of bounds in the game. Even playing casually, people explore the levels behind the levels, and it is just so beautiful.
You can spend hours just watching someone in one area, just going out into all the out of bounds.
Yeah, do check out
it's
Journey
sightseeing.
streams. People hang out in, well, out of bounds. But look at those shades. It's just so pretty. The ochres, So these little stars there that we see, you're going to learn their story as you watch the end of the game through Gadullus's screen.
Yes, Gadullus is coming up on time in about a minute. Still walking.
A minute.
And I'm getting into Underground,
So
skipping another
close.
cutscene.
So close. You know, I really think to give Gadullus a run for his money, it would have taken a tag team from like Charabas and Nate and Jay to get close. You're right. And even then, with those new strats, who knows? But I may have to.
This drop shoot is a bit hard.
Yes, yes, it is.
Because you have to deal with your camera really well. Oh, that is not good. Okay, I saved it.
The little somersault there.
Yep. I got lucky. I had just enough scarf to save it.
This is one of the more fun areas I feel like to watch once people have figured out how to like do the flying through this level as well, because you don't get to out of bounds in this one. Instead, you're just doing parabolic motions and keeping your momentum going.
Unfortunately, no cutscene skip in Underground.
Yeah. Ugh, this is such a great game. I forget to do good commentary because I just become a fan and I'm just watching.
Yeah, for Underground, actually, you can get out of bound, but you have to watch history lesson. So the cutscene to if you
advance.
Yes, if you want to get to the next level.
So there's no point.
Which I don't, because the next level is tower.
That's great.
Hey, this is going well. So far.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Gadullus.
GG Gadullus is.
No. Gadullus' run doesn't end until the credits are over.
Okay. No, GG Gadullus.
There is some special buttons you can press to save about 0.2 seconds on the credits. I'm just making it up.
What is my PB? I think it's 1932, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I was looking at your White Robe glitch list, which was the first one you did.
Yeah, I haven't done runs in a while. I'm not a very consistent speed running streamer. Still, follow me, ChevilleTortue on Twitch. Lots of fun.
I was going to point out
mostly our stream.
Your White Robe glitch list is 9 seconds faster than mine. Although mine is on PS3, so
yeah. On PS3 it's really hard because you have to deal with the gyroscopic controls.
Oh gosh, PS3 is all sorts of problems. You're just heavy, or you're just a little heavy dude.
Yeah.
But
that's why the versions aren't compatible either.
Yeah. It's why our what's the right word to use? It's why our leaderboards are so bifurcated.
Yeah. Yeah. There's tons of versions, so yeah.
My goodness, this text-to-speech is amazing. It correctly did the word bifurcated. I don't even know how to spell that word.
This one is a hard one. First getting the first reverse drop shoot.
Yeah, you've got like two difficult reverse drop shoots in a row, correct?
Well, hopefully just the one. That I took advantage of. I missed.
I think you can save it, right?
Well, I'll just redo.
Yeah. And White Robe, Infinite Scarfing.
Well, yeah. I'll do it on this side. That's a sad one because I probably was on PB pace.
It was looking really good.
Come on. Get into it. Okay, he got back into it. So now I'm going to overcharge just a bit, so that I am sure to make it here, which is quite high. This is the whale room, so we are going to see our friend the whale, which you might have perceived on Gadullus' run, and you can see her on the ceiling there. That's where she's hidden before she appears.
Right,
then I will overcharge this one and hopefully get the out of bounds, which is a very interesting one. We use a pause screen, and it went well. It went decently well.
Hey, good job.
Yeah, I think that's the one RNG place in the run, because depending on the screensaver that you get, the out of bounds will be, might put you elsewhere.
And that's a pretty long cutscene there that you just skipped by going out of bounds. So good job.
Thank you. And yeah, I will explain it later because I need to focus. But the way that out of bounds works is unique. And now more pressure because snow is my personal run killer in glitch.
Oh, that stinks that it's that late in the run too.
Yeah. So first we need to avoid the freezing trigger like we did in glitchless, white glitchless, so that we get to do fancy flying, because when you're frozen, they take away your fancy flying.
Mm-hmm.
The jerks. And then I'm going to do something that I think I'm the only one to do that, and I'm going to try and get into a reverse drop shoot here, because I'm more comfortable in a reverse drop shoot for this part.
Oh, that's cool.
Because the flicking that you need to do here in just a normal drop shoot is like insane. Just one more chirp and we are flying. So now we are obviously out of bounds. I forgot to dive, which I will correct now. Correct now. I didn't get the height that I was hoping for, but I will try to get more boost now. I'm doing a slow boost there by tilting my joystick just only a little, and hopefully I can get yeah, I can get above that. I was hoping to get to those pebbles there, which is a satisfying boost, but I'm happy with how that went for this setting. I'm happy that I got that reverse drop shoot. It's not something I'm too confident in.
Yeah, so it's pretty challenging. Gadullus, what are you going to entertain us with on your screen while we watch Chev finish? I just noticed you've started, you switched to right robe. What's happening?
Okay, so let's try something. Okay.
I'm making sure
okay.
that the mountain disappears there in the clouds. And if we look up in the sky, we can see that my friend isn't there anymore. My war machine friend, it's disappeared. It's because we didn't activate it. We didn't go through the trigger that activates the war machine. We actually could see it when I was diving out of bounds.
Yep. And so you reached that moment in snow where we were before. Gosh,
War
at like
catcher.
one third of the time, I think.
Are you going to do it, Gadullus? Is that the surprise for today?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. So Gadullus, speaking of war machine triggers, Gadullus is going to do just that. Play with the war machine triggers in order to lure one and domesticate a war machine, which is always something to behold. And I'll take the opportunity to explain how the out of bounds in Toa worked. So there's this ceiling in the whale room that we go through by hitting the screensaver, and it's because that ceiling is it's a plane, it's just a pixel wide, and if you hit screensaver, all the screensaver images put your camera back far enough that this pixel wide plane disappears, so it lets you through.
Except for one, right? There's one screensaver that doesn't put the camera far enough away.
I think they all work, but one of them puts you in a weird place afterwards, and it's after that you have to save it. And I think that happened to Nathan in his HGDQ run.
I remember that.
And he saved it, like
Yeah.
the pro that he is, Nathan J, world record holder. And so there I'm going to do Paradise, and I'm going to have to focus and probably still miss the ski at the end. So Sancho is going to talk.
Yeah, alright. So, the physics in this area, you're more buoyant, you can fly further, and it makes it really fun to do the skips here. It's a lot of drop shooting, right? And there's actually different ways to kind of work your way up to the top. Yeah, just diving. There's lots of different ways to work your way up to the top. And people do what they're comfortable with. What are you comfortable with for your sequence of making your way up before the ski?
Slow boost.
Mm-hmm. So some people, yeah, they work out different ways to do it, but just slow boosting up to the top is fine. And then that long walk that we've seen both of them do now to walk into Oblivion, it's possible to avoid it, and we're going to see Chev give that a try, but it involves diving and hitting the... We're going to see Chev make it. It involves just hitting it at the right angle and kind of like lifting at the right moment. And then instead of... Whee! That still shows a lot of it. Like, you still saved a whole lot of... Cut out a lot of it.
Yeah. So really you can get into the light. And I got that first try at practice, and...
Of course you did. Yeah. I mean...
Of course I did. What do you mean?
Your game didn't crash,
dying?
So...
yeah,
well,
I'm sorry about
guys.
that.
No, that's...
I tried to grind it. I'm not good enough yet.
I mean, I think y'all did amazing for both of you. This is your first marathon event, is that correct?
Yes, it is the first time I run. I am so happy to be running for Meteor Speedruns. It is a community with people who are all dear to my heart, and for an awesome cause, and running an awesome game with Gadullus, who's a friend of mine, showcasing this weird idea that I got that we didn't know if it would work, but which displays again just how different the runs are and how it fits different runners' profiles.
Well, great job.
Thank you. Did you want to say something, Gadullus?
No. Actually, I searched something, but I don't know where it is.
So Gadullus is exploring underground out of bounds right now, trying to capture the war machine.
Actually, no. I thought about something else.
Oh.
But I don't know where it is. Okay.
Oh, I forgot to call time.
Oh,
My
yes.
bad, sorry.
Send it in the chat. I said time, but
Yeah. Ryan, do you think it would be possible for me to show off how the tower out of bounds works and how you can get out of it easily by yourself?
I would be offended if you didn't.
Go on. I hope
Okay,
maybe
so,
I should have gotten more scarf.
Okay. Let's reach the end. Okay. So let's see what tower is really like.
And you can hear the credits playing.
So
Probably.
that's
Well, I
tower.
can hear them.
I can sing it if you want, but I don't know the words.
Oh, that's great, Gadullus. Thank you so much. So we reached that level. And then we get to that wall there.
Oh, that's...
And hopefully, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump there, maintain my jump button pressed, and hit pause, hit the screensaver. So there we go. And that should allow me to go just through. And I am out of bounds, and
Ta-da!
and we can see the beautiful, beautiful things that are happening, different colored bands. And there are a ton of things to check out of bounds in Journey. Please play it, it is marvelous. Please join us in speedrunning it. It is so good.
It really is. Yeah, and as you mentioned before, White Robe Glitchless is a great way to get into the game, and I do have a YouTube tutorial for that. And Nathan J's put some amazing tutorials together for the glitched runs, which are their own amazing challenge.
And there we go. Ryan, if you want to send us off.
I would be happy.
I don't know,
Thank
maybe
you so
Gadullus, you
much.
wanted to...
Okay.
Wait, sorry.
Good place.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you both so much. That was awesome. I have seen Sancho do speedruns of this game before, but I'd never seen anything like this showcase race. It was really, really great. So thank you so much, both of you, for doing this. Thank you, Sancho, for being on comms again. You've had a busy night. We are, once again, going to throw it into the BRB screen, and we'll be back very soon with Oregon Mike doing Ultima 3 Exodus. If you've never watched an Oregon Mike stream before, Mike tends to stream from a cathedral, I think is probably an accurate term. So you want to watch it, because the camera is almost as interesting as the gameplay. We will be right back.
Yay, and don't forget to mute your mic this time, Ryan.
Thank you.